Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another banner reaction. I'm DTM as always, and yeah, I am a little bit quiet right now because I'm currently with family. Got some time to record this, so yeah, super excited for this. I have some speculations, or at least I've seen some speculations that we are going to see possibly Camilla. Because it is likely it's going to be green and a water. Now, I don't think Camilla necessarily fits water, but I mean, we did have Hinoka this year, so you never know. There's probably some other options as well. But yeah, nothing else to do but to take a look. As always, if you like the content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to help support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but it truly does help with the channel a lot. And I really appreciate all the constant support. And yeah, let us begin here. Okay, that is face music. Is it really going to be Camilla? Okay, it is Camilla. Whoa, she looks so good. What? Holy, that is such a good outfit. What? Wait, that is sick. I love that. Spoil Rotten is going to be the perf. She also comes, I see Canto 1 there as well. And we have a new tier C, Deadly Miasma. Ooh, that's probably the tier 4 Savage Blow. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore these. Those like completely messed me up. She looks amazing. Like, what is this outfit? This is so cool. Like, holy. That is actually really, really cool. Okay, is there a reason why we're showing another combat? She does get quite a bit of extra damage. I'm assuming that's from like the Savage Blow or the tier 4 Savage Blow, Deadly Miasma. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, it applies miasma veins. I see. What do these do? We're getting more vein effects. Let's go. Okay, I have no idea what they do. What are they doing? Is it... Oh, does it add... No, that doesn't make any sense.
I'll make this hurt.
Wait. Okay, we really need to see what this does. Yeah, Camilla was expected, but like, I'm actually super down for this. Holy. Alright, this banner is going to sell like hotcakes. I'm just going to say that right now. And yeah, we also have Golveg. Okay, Golveg being there is actually pretty cool. And Corrin. Oh no, that's Brave Golveg, never mind. Yeah, we also have the CYL units for the first time. Being rerun. Going for green, I think would be actually really cool for me because I desperately need like a Sorin so that I can fodder to my Ophelia. But yeah, okay, there's quite a bit of things to look at. But I'm actually super hyped for this. Like, again, Camilla was sort of expected since we got Hinoka. I thought Camilla would be before Hinoka, but now she's here. And again, like, I really, really love the art. Like, it's so good. Like, the outfit is amazing. I can't get over how good it is. I'm always more of a fan of the Nor side than the Hoshiden side. I don't know, like, I feel like the Nor side is just, like, a lot better. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these skills, starting with Bewitching Tome. Enables Canto 1, accelerated special trigger. If unit initiates combat or foe's range equals to 2, as combat begins, deals damage to foe equals X% of foe's attack. If unit has weapon triangle advantage or unit speed is greater than foe speed, X equals 40, otherwise X equals 20. So you want to have a weapon triangle advantage or you want to outspeed. I'm going to assume with Remote Sparrow, Camilla is going to be speedy, so you should be able to do that, especially against more of the slower tanks. Effects that reduce damage does not come out, and yeah, that's the standard clarification for the out of combat damage. If unit initiates combat or foe's range equals to 2, grants all stats plus 5 to unit, grants bonus to unit's attack speed equals to 20% of unit speed at start of combat, and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30% during combat, and restores 7 HP to unit after combat. Okay, so this is quite a lot of effects. The most significant thing about this is like the burn damage, as I think we're going to call it now, or the before combat damage. The similar to the Divine Vein Flames and Remote Sparrow, which, actually no, not Remote Sparrow, a Flared Sparrow, my apologies. So yeah, 40% of foe's attack is going to be a lot. That also means that you do not want to like have any debuffs on the foes, because obviously that reduces your burn damage, but generally like the attack stat is generally pretty big. Like normally most units get at least 60, if not like a lot higher. So even if we're going to take like the lowest case of like 60 attack, 40% of that is like around 25-ish, like that's, or 22-ish, like you saw in the trailer. Like that is a lot of pre-combat damage. And so yeah, Camilla is going to hit like a truck. Let's be real. um, Again, right now at the very least, she doesn't really have a way to get through damage reduction. We'll see if the B though does anything about that. So spoil rotten. My apologies. At start of turn, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, inflict speed res -7 and sabotage on closest foes and any foes within 2 spaces of those foes through their next actions, and grants reduces the percentage of foes non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50% to units and allies within 2 spaces of units for 1 turn. Whoa. Okay, so this is really, really good. Holy. Because that is like a supportive effect, right? What else do we have? At start combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, inflict speed res -5 on foe, neutralize effects that prevent units follow-up attacks, and neutralize effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. Okay, so basically we get like sort of like a menace speed res -7 plus sabotage effect. So those speed res debuffs are visible, and the sabotage is obviously a visible debuff, but you also get a visible buff. Because yeah, this reduced damage from foes non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50% is going to be a visible bonus. So that is a new bonus, I believe, that Camilla just like grants to pretty much anyone. Like there's no restrictions from what I can see. So like you can give like the damage reduction halving that Dual Leaf has, and like the Tempo 4 skills, the NFU 4 skills. Like this is insanely strong for Camilla. And yeah, this is really good. And like damage reduction halving these days is like getting more and more relevant, because obviously with the rise of Gambit Lucia and Scowl effects, getting through damage reduction through specials has been getting less and less reliable. So folks are now turning towards these damage reduction having effects that don't rely on proccing specials. And so her being able to provide that support is insanely good. Like it's ridiculously good. And yeah, obviously she herself gets offensive NFU, offensive tempo, and additional speed res -5 in combat debuff. That is actually insane. What? That is insane support. All right, what do we have for Deadly Miasma? If unit initiates combat, inflicts attack speed defense res -5 on foe, and neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat, and after combat deals 7 damage to target and foes within 2 spaces of target, and applies Divine Vein Haze on target space and each space within 2 spaces of target space for 1 turn. Okay, so this is where we got the source of the Divine Vein Haze. I guess that's what it's called, not Miasma. Kind of weird they changed it to Haze, but whatever. So yeah, this basically obviously like is like a super rain, honestly. Inflicting in combat attack speed defense res -5 during combat. Now this is just the combat, so it's not like supportive. You can't like put a rain here and have another unit take advantage of that rain. This is just for herself. But I think for most flyers, this is probably what you want. And in most scenarios, like obviously all stats -5 is just too good, right? And obviously you have the an upgraded Savage Blow, because it now deals 7 damage to the target and foes within 2 spaces of target. Beforehand, Savage Blow is only to the foes within 2 spaces, not the target itself, so that is a really nice buff. And yeah, applying these haze. Now, what is Divine Vein Haze? Applies the following effects on space. Inflicts all stats -5 on foe, kind of synergistic to her weapon, but it's fine. And neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat. Okay, that's a pretty decent one. Like the stat inflictions and neutralizing foes bonus is pretty nice. Yeah, I guess it's just nice. Like it's not like I don't think it will like change the meta or anything like that. But it does provide some nice stat swings, especially if you're against units with bonuses, like Omni Tank bonuses and things like that. I think there's like going to be a lot of... Actually, I don't know, because C skills, especially for flyers, is really competitive because they can also run like guidance for soaring guidance, the new ploy skills, like the C's. And like for infantry units, we have like Canto Control, we have like Sea Feud for the Fallen Marias. Like the C skill is very competitive, so I don't know how popular Deadly Miasma will be. But it's really, really cool skill, and I actually really like this a lot. Yeah. Wow. I'm really liking how they implemented Legendary Camilla here. Like, this is actually so good. Like, this is so good. Again, like, the support that she gives, as you can see, that, like, little icon of the shield breaking is the new effect. Fits in the theme with the bonus that Rearmed Lucina grants, which provides, like, a shield for that damage reduction. And yeah, there's the veins as well. I am really liking Camilla, like, actually. Like, again, like, most scenarios, you'll probably get at least 20,
I'll make this hurt.
20 pre-combat damage. You probably want to swap out the A for Flared Sparrow to get even more, and really hone in. Alright. Yeah, Camilla's looking very strong. I'm really liking Camilla, actually. Man, water legendaries? Okay, I mean, I guess it's just Legendary Chrom and Ninian, really, that are the top tier water legendaries, but with Camilla, the water legendaries are getting a huge boost, for sure. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this banner real quick. So, for green, we have Camilla, Alluring, and Soren. Okay, so green is a really, really good share. Camilla is water, Alluring is fire, and Camilla and Alluring, I'm just going to say this right now, are among the best of their class. Like, Camilla's among the best water legendaries, Alluring is among the best fire legendaries, so having both of them as a share if you're going for like an arena merge project for water and fire, that is super good. And then Soren with Flare, Magical NFU, and Times Pulse 4 is just really good fodder-wise. Even if you already have like a bunch of rearmed Ophelias, having more Sorens and Flares and Magical No Follow-Up especially, I think it's just like really good fodder. So green is really, really stacked. All right, what is red? Red, we have a legendary Alencia, who is wind, Veronica, who is wind, and Brave Robin. Okay, so that's not as good of a share because we do have 2 wind legendaries sharing, and obviously for most players, getting 2 invested wind legendaries for your core is not realistic. Generally, you only are able to do 1, so it's not that great. That being said, the units themselves are really strong. Like legendary Alencia is among the best wind legendaries. Same with legendary Veronica, they're both like top tier. And then Brave Robin has some really good support with the Rally Spectrum. Even if you don't use him for Rally Spectrum or for him as a unit, the fodder he gives with Gambit is really good. Mainly for Gambit Lucia, but there's a lot other applications of Gambit as well. So red, not as good of a share as green, but still pretty strong, just due to the individual units themselves. Blue, we have, I believe that's Deirdre. Yes, Deirdre, who I believe is Earth, Ratatosker, and Brave Golveg. Okay, this is a decent share. Obviously, Golveg with Flared Sparrow is really, really valuable. Her also as a unit, I think, has been super underrated. Is basically the queen of ARO right now. Brave Golveg. So, yeah, very strong unit. Ratatosker, being an Astromythic. Obviously, if you don't have a fully completed Astra Core, like Ratatosker is a good option, especially if she wins the Twitter revival poll. And then Deirdre is, I guess, a decent Earth legendary, I guess. Not exactly the greatest, but not the worst. So So yeah, I'd say probably around the same level of red. I'm as the individual units, I'm not as fond of, mainly because I don't think Ratatoskr or Deirdre are like top tier in their classes. But they do have value merge wise in terms of the seasons. And then colorless, we have Medius, Corrin, and Asker. Okay, so this is also not as good of a share. Realistically, only Asker gains value from merges because Asker is a light mythic, whilst Medius is a dark mythic, and offense mythic merges actually matter as opposed to defense mythic merges. Medius does come with Canto control, so that could be useful, but not really feeling it. And then Brave Corrin, probably among the top VAR saves. Again, like this is the CYL 7 batch, so there's not going to be too many duds. But yeah, probably not on the same level as the others. I'd say colorless is probably the weakest. I'm going to be completely honest. So if I had to rank it, I probably put green at the top, red and blue tied together next, and then colorless. But this is a pretty stacked banner, not gonna lie. Like this is really, really good. So yeah, there's a lot of good shares here. Personally, I think I'm going to skip this. I don't really have the investment for Asker yet, and as much as I would like a Soren and more Lears and more and actually get a copy of Camilla, I don't really need it. And yeah, I guess I'll do that. Like I'll probably skip this banner. But yeah, let's go ahead and start the tier list. So we have our water legendaries, and this is primarily taking into account arena. So in the S tier, we have Ninian and Legendary Crom, obviously. The only reason why Legendary Crom is not at the top is because he doesn't score as well as Ninian. If scoring was not a factor, then Legendary Crom would be by far in like triple S tier. Because Legendary Crom is actually ridiculous, even when just considering arena and not even like Summoner's Duels, which he's also top tier in. Yeah, Legendary Ninian, I still think is super underrated. Like being able to dance and still have an action is super, super strong. Very, very cool. We just need like a Dragon Gale Force and we'll be set. But yeah, having a dancer in arena obviously just is super powerful. And having like the to change fate in arena is also super powerful. Not to mention they both hit really hard. So yeah, both of them double S. In A, we have Legendary Zura, who is again a dancer. I think people maligned on her remix and refine too much. She is still a very good unit, even especially in arena and even outside of arena like Summoner's Duels. So yeah, she's the top of A. Guinevere, the only reason why she's here, honestly, is because she scores well. I'm not the biggest fan of Guinevere combat-wise, but as a ranged unit, you can do some rally loops and stuff like that, I guess. And like she can pack a punch. And then Byleth, same thing. Like being a ranged nuke, that is infantry, has access to a bunch of skills, has Sublime Heaven. So as a mage, you don't need to use like magical no follow-up or anything to get through damage reduction, although obviously you can still run that if you want. Nothing's stopping you. And yeah, I do think Legendary Male Byleth is the in A tier and above the Bs, which we have Legendary, Leaf, Sita, and Dimitri. Dimitri did get a pretty good refine and remix, so I did bump him up from where he was, but I don't think it's like anything meta impactful or anything like that. But like obviously you can still use him. Same thing with Sita, same thing with Leaf. And then in C we have Erica and Fjorm, who are kind of struggling, obviously. And then we have Ryoma, who the less we talk about the better. But yeah, so where would I put Camilla in this? Honestly, S tier. Like no shot. Being able to provide the NFU for the damage reduction having support just by herself immediately makes her super valuable, because obviously Magical No Follow-Up and Tempo 4 are only available for infantry units, but Camilla's effect and support has no restrictions. It's just allies within 2 spaces. So flyers can get this, ranged calves can get this, armors can get this, and damage reduction having is actually really important these days, even for tanks, even because obviously a lot of nukes have damage reduction these days. So her being able to provide that effect is really strong, even in something like Arena, not even considering things like Summoner's Duels, where I do think Legendary Camilla will be a top tier unit there. This is the age of flyers in SDS, I guess. But even in Arena, as a flyer, Camilla just has a lot of advantages. Her nuking power is extremely, extremely strong. If you don't like Deadly Miasma, you can run Guidance 4 on her and provide mobility support as well. And yeah, like, she's just going to be very, very strong. I don't know what else to tell you. Especially also in Arena, the Miasma is actually going to be very helpful to get rid of the bonuses from rallies, harsh commands, stuff like that as well. And yeah, I don't think there's going to be much units being able to survive her. Like, I genuinely think she's going to be S tier. Now, where in S tier? I don't know. Again, this is mainly an Arena tier list, so she's probably at the lower end of S if we're just counting Arena. I do think Dance and To Change Fate offer a lot more utility than what she has. But if we're going to talk about things outside of Arena, I think she is better than Ninian. I don't know if she's better than Chrom, because Chrom does have the action economy into Change Fate that is really helpful. Yeah. I guess for now we can have like Chrom and Camilla tied. But yeah, that's where I would put her. She's definitely going to be an S tier. Like, I don't have any doubts about that. That being said, despite her power, I don't think you need to summon for her to do well, even in Arena or SD. Like, I'm probably not going to summon on this banner. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on Legendary Camilla. Are you going to be summoned for her or not? Again, I do think she's going to be very powerful and top tier, but nothing that you need to have in order to succeed. So I'll be skipping it personally. Gotta wait until New Year's and the rest of that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on Legendary Camilla, whether or not you're going to summon her. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to help support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but it truly does help us the channel a lot, and I really do appreciate all the support. And yeah, let me know down in the comments. Wait, I already did that. Okay, never mind. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, see you all next time. Bye, everyone.